back on the road with Blackburn Rovers this weekend as they head over to Rotherham United. Can we get back to winning ways, or will it be another game on this winless run? We'll talk about it next. That's right, folks, back once again with another match preview. This time looking forward to Blackburn Rovers match up against Rotherham this weekend at their gaff, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button, keep your bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, championship related, world football related. We're going to all hear under one roof. Now let's jump into the thick of things and talk about it. It is Rovers' next match on the road at the New York Stadium up against Rotherham United. It'll take place the 2nd of March 2019, and Rotherham United are still managed by Paul Warne, doing an okay job on the grand scheme of things for Rotherham, and last time they did finish 4th in the League One playoff, got themselves promoted via those respective playoffs. So the key man for me this weekend will be Will Vaulks. He is their top goal scorer and from midfield as well. So expect a lot of the play to go through him, whether it's goals or assists or what have you. And the last time that these two sides met at the New York Stadium was a 1-1 draw back January the 1st, I believe, 2018. Now, over the years, the two sides have met each other 43 times in all competitions. We've won 24, we've drawn 8, and we've lost 11. Now, let's take a look at the expected starting 11s. First and foremost, we'll take a look at the hosts, Rotherham, with Rodak in goal, Mattock, Robertson, Ayinke, Jones, Towell, Ajayi, Folks, Ford, Smith and Taylor in a 4-3-3. That could be a 4-4-2, depending on how they set their stall up this weekend. I think last time out they did play 4-4-2, but that was on the road. So I'm going to go with a 4-3-3 on this one. Now, a quick look at the injuries and suspensions over at Rotherham. According to Bet365, these are the 3 key players that are out. Carvacell still out. He's out until mid-March. Jamie Proctor's out for the season. Darren Potter is also out, and he could feature he's on a day-to-day sort of basis. Quick look at the stats now for Rotherham. Will Vaulks is the top goal scorer with 6 goals. Proctor has 4, Taylor has 4, and Towell also has 4. As for the discipline, Mattock has 8 yellows, Vaulks has 7, Wood has 5, and Smith has 4. And into the reds, the column you don't want to be in, Jones has 1 red, and Towell has 1 red. Now into the last 5 results for Rotherham. They look like this. Not too bad. 5 draws on the spin for Rotherham. It's crazy form. Would it be 6 draws on the row? Just 6 draws in a row for the Millers? Well, last time out they took on Reading and the Majestic, and they drew 1-1. That's a feat that we could not do ourselves. That was on 23rd of Feb. Before that, they took on Sheffield Wednesday on the 16th of February, 2-2 draw there. And before that, they also took on Hull on the road at the KCOM, 2-2 as well. Before that, they took on Wigan, fellow strugglers Wigan, 9th of Feb. That was a 1-1 draw. And then before that, they took on Millwall as well, down at the Den, 0-0. So 5 draws on the spin. And all those teams, give it up without Hull, I guess, are down and amongst them. So taking points off those teams down the foot of the table is good form for them. Taking a look at the next 5 fixtures. Obviously, they are taking on Rovers this weekend. After that, they take on Sheffield United at Bramall Lane on the 9th of March before switching gears over to QPR, who are on a bit of a slump themselves. 13th of March, that's a midweek fixture, Loftus Road. Then they take on current leaders Norwich on the 16th of March over at the New York Stadium. And then they'll take on Derby at the end of the month, 30th of March. Now let's take a look at the visitors. And it is the almighty blue and white. And this is how I think they're going to line up. Obviously, sticking with that 4-2-3-1. Ryan in goal, Bell, Rodwell, Mulgrew and Nyambe. I'm not sure. I don't think Lenihan is back into contention just yet. Smallwood and Travis. Perhaps, maybe Evans could come in for Smallwood. I don't know. Dak, Armstrong and Reed for me and Graham up top. So that would mean Bennett makes way. But it would also give an option for Bobby Brereton to start from the bench. Rothwell as well. Obviously, for whatever reason, Rothwell is not featuring for Mowbray at the moment. Maybe he just needs to dig in a little deeper and kind of contribute a bit more overall. A quick look at the suspensions and injuries for Rovers. Derek Williams is still serving a ban for his red card a couple of weeks back. Also, Lenihan is still out late March, according to Bet365. Dominic Samuels out for the season, and Ben Gladwin also out for the season. He's pretty much been out for 2 seasons, Gladwin. Quick look at the stats then for Rovers. Dacky Boy, 14 goals for the season. Danny Graham creeping up on his heels now, 12 goals. Obviously scored last time out. Mulgrew's got 9 now as well from the corner. And Adam Armstrong has 8 into the discipline. Lenihan has 8. Smallwood has 7. Ben has 6 yellows. So does Evans as well into the reds. Williams and Smallwood both have a red card to their name. The Rovers form book is not great. What is it? 1 draw out of the past past 5 games at least. We'll take a look at the form books in a bit more detail later. But last time out, they did draw St Andrews 2-2 in a very, very topsy-turvy game. Before that, we lost against Middlesbrough at Ewood Park. That was on the 17th of February. Before that, we lost to Reading 2-1 at the Majewski. That was on the 13th of February. Before that, we also lost against Bristol City at Ewood Park as well, 9th of Feb. Then all the way back, 2nd of February, we lost to Brentford 5-2, despite going 2-0 up in that game. The next 5 fixtures for Rovers are pretty nasty, if I'm honest with you. Obviously, Rotherham this weekend. Big chance for us, though. Hopefully we can get some points there. And then, obviously, we take on Preston North End and Wigan. Back-to-back home games on that one. That's on the 9th of March, 12th of March, respectively. Then they take on Sheffield Wednesday at Hillsborough. Steve Bruce Sheffield Wednesday seem to have turned a corner a little bit themselves, and then we're going to wrap up the month with Aston Villa at Villa Park. Now, let's take a look at the form book in a bit more detail here. This is Rotherham's last, 6 home games, and this is Blackburn Rovers' last 6 away games. So they'll come into this, obviously, fresh off the back of the 2-2 draw against Sheffield Wednesday. Before that was the draw against Wigan. Going back a bit further now, they lost to Leeds 2-1. At home, also lost to Brentford 4-2 as well. They did pick up a win against Preston. That was on New Year's Day, 2-1. And then all the way back on the 22nd of December last year, they lost to Rotherham 4-0. As for Rovers' last 5 or 6 away games, obviously Birmingham last time out, Majewski, the 2-1 defeat, Brentford as well. Before that, though, we beat Millwall 2-0. We drew with Newcastle United at St James's Park, and we lost to Sheffield United around about the 29th of December. And a quick look at the form table. Now, this is the last 6 games overall with the whole league in glory. We are not looking good down there, folks. 20th in the old form book, so we need to get our acts together. Basically, 1 win in 6 for Rovers, whereas Rotherham, though, on the flip side, have unbeaten in 5, but they've basically not won in a while. So we'll take a look at a little bit more detail here. This is the home form. Rotherham's home form is not great as well. They are 23rd in the table with 1 win out of the last 6 home games. As for the away form, Rovers 1 win in 6 as well, but most recently a draw on the road. So hopefully, at least if we can get something from this game, then maybe we can kind of get ourselves back on track with our home games around the corner. Now the last few fixtures or 6 fixtures between Rotherham and Blackburn have ended like this. Basically, Rotherham have failed to beat Blackburn in the past 6. The last time that Rovers won, though, you have to go back to the 26th of September 2017. It was a 2-0 win at Ewood Park. And the last time that we won at the New York Stadium was all the way back 30th of April 2016 with a 1-0 win over Rotherham. And a quick look at some of the weaknesses and strengths of both sides. You can pause the screen here, folks, and take a look at it. There's a lot of info here. But basically, our strengths, Rovers' strengths, that is, creating chances through balls, shooting from direct free kicks, and stealing the ball from the opposition, basically closing teams down. Whereas the flip side, Rotherham's strengths are attacking set pieces, creating scoring chances, and aerial duels. And again, we are loaded, both of us, with weaknesses. So, not great. Again, pause and have a look at yourself. What else is going on this weekend in the Championship? There are some midweek games, but we're not really talking about those. Let's take a look at some of the other matches. Leeds against West Brom, that's a footy one on Friday. Down at the bottom of the table, though, Ipswich against Reading. That's a must-win for both of those sides. Informed Preston up against informed Bristol City. That'll be a tasty one as well. Hull against Birmingham as well. Mid-top table clash. That one, obviously, the game of the weekend, though, is Rotherham against Rovers. Swans against Bolton. Derby against Wigan. On the flip side, there is the Sheffield Derby on Monday. Sheffield Wednesday against Sheffield United. Villa against Derby, another one. Tasty one there. Stoke against Forest. Wigan against Borough. Brentford at QPR. And Millwall against Norwich. Quick look at the table. It looks like this. Norwich are top of the box with 66 points on the board. Sheffield United currently are in second spot, 64 points. Leeds, West Brom, Middlesbrough, and Bristol City are in those playoff spots. As for the bottom 3, it is Ipswich, Bolton, and Rotherham as it stands at the moment. Rovers coming to this game in 14th spot. A win for Rotherham could see them get out of the old drop zone, pushing Reading back in there, depending on what goes on in their games. As for Rovers, a win for us. We could go as high as 9th in the table after Nottingham Forest's win last night, should I say Monday night, against Derby County. Quick look at the goal scoring and the stats of the players, the key players in the old championship as a whole. Timo Pukki is the main man with 23 goals to his name. Billy Sharp has 22. Che Adams now has 21 after those double against Rovers last time out. Tammy Abraham is in there as well with 20. Neil Malpe, Rodriguez, Gale, Bowen, Graben, and McBurney occupy the top 10. As for the assists down the bottom there, Benrahma is the main man in the division alongside Hernandez actually for Leeds. Luka Jakacek, Howitz, and Jota are in there as well, and Conor Hoonahane is in there as well with 9 assists to his name. No Rovers players in there, no Rotherham as well, but you never know. We could only be a game away. I think, what was it? Maybe Bradley Dack, a couple goals for him this weekend. Could see him get into the top 10, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, over the years, a number of players have played for both Blackburn Rovers and Rotherham United. Here are just 3 of them. Now, I've had to go... some of these pictures are a little bit dubious, but we'll tell them anyway. Anyway, Richie Smallwood obviously could feature this weekend against his old club, Rotherham United. He also obviously plays for Blackburn Rovers. Yeah, we snapped him up actually from Rotherham. How about this guy though, Tom Lawrence? Like I said, dubious pictures here. Tom Lawrence did represent for Rovers, not in a bit of a dodgy spell. I think maybe was he a Lambert player? I think he was a Lambert player, but he also played for Rotherham, and there he is. In a Rotherham jersey. There's not many pictures of him in a Rotherham jersey. He only played a few games. And speaking of difficult players to get a hold of a picture, how about this guy, Josh Morris? Yes, I know, Rotherham fans. He's wearing a Fleetwood top, but that's the best I can. It's no disrespect to Rotherham here, but I could not find a picture of Josh Morris in a flipping Rotherham jersey. So this is the closest, and I kind of doubled up here with a red, with him in a Rovers away jersey, a red one. So, you know, there you go. It's the best I could do. I could compensate him not being in an actual Rotherham jersey with 2 red jerseys to kind of fit the bill. But if you have a picture of Josh Morris in a Rotherham jersey, let me know. You know, send me a link and I'll take a look at it. Anyway, if you want to check out a full list of all the players that have played for both Blackburn Rovers and Rotherham, check out my WordPress site. Details to that bad boy in the old description below. Now you've heard a little bit what I've had to say about the match. Now what you really want to hear is what Cass the Cat has got up her sleeve. What she predicted for the Rovers-Rotherham game at New York Stadium. Let's take a look. That's pretty much all I've got for you today, folks. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a good old thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, World Football related. We got it all here under one roof. And also make sure you drop your own predictions or what you think is going to happen this weekend in the comment section down below. Can Rotherham get themselves out of the drop zone? Can Rovers get them back to winning ways? There are lots to be settled in this one. And each and every game for me, for Rovers, is exciting. And we could be on the start of a nice winning streak, or at least unbeaten streak, stretching obviously from the Birmingham game. But Rotherham, a tricky outfit. They came up with us as well. They went down with us to League One, and they went back up with us to the Championship. I'd like to see them stick around. Obviously, we'd like to see Bolton and Wigan go down, I think. But anyway, I'm going to let you get out of it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash a thumbs up. If you're new, smash a subscribe. Back in this, guys, shortly after the final whistle between Rotherham and Rovers on Saturday. Till then, thumbs up, subscribe. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.